What's happening? Hopefully you're all well. So, yeah, quick one. This one will be a quick one. I don't even know why I start my videos saying that, to be honest, but yeah, I'm just going to literally run through some charts. I'm a little bit tired, so if I'm yawning throughout, I do apologise. I did a tough mudder this morning, 15k, so yeah, my body's just in bits. I'm not going to lie. So yeah, you're lucky you're getting a video, to be honest. But yeah, I'm going to run through some bits. I'm going to have a little look through the lower time frame stuff as opposed to, I do want to show, I want to go through a few bits. I'm going to go through lower time frame stuff because I've not done that for a while. Oh, here we go. 38 seconds. Fucking hell. Yeah, I feel battered. So tired. So yes. Anyway, less of the negativity. So yeah, I'm literally just going to run through lower time frame stuff and also show, hopefully this makes sense, what's happening on the lower time frame to a larger scale. I'll explain it later because if I try and explain it now, I'll just do what I normally do and just fixate for the next half an hour. All right, but yeah, if you can like, comment, subscribe, share it about. I mean that as well because they take the fucking piss. Like now, I'm not gonna lie, I do enjoy making videos, but I feel fucked. So yeah, it does obviously help out, and if you can share it on Twitter as well, that would be much appreciated. Love you lots. All right. What else have we got? Yeah, go back. I would personally go back and watch the previous videos, especially the last good few. I feel like you're going to learn a fair bit on what we're expecting as well. And yeah, that's pretty much it. No, 3 yawns already, and we're a minute 30 in, and all I've done is chew your ear off about the intro, so I do apologise. But yeah, I will literally go through it. I feel a little bit slow as well, so hopefully I can just boss this through. Wow, let's move that down there. Right, beautiful. So I've just gone through, like, obviously we showed the main count, which was this. Then we obviously went through this saying looks to be the alt count. We showed a lower time frame alt count yesterday. All right. And then we've just shown this as well. A little sweep down here. To be honest, I've already made this post. I've just made it 15 minutes ago, and I reckon I'm already going to fuck it off, and I'm going back to the main count. This isn't the count. I don't think that's a C. It could be sluggish because you've got, let's say, a sharp. I'll go back to this. It makes sense. So you've got sharp A, sharp B. You could get a sluggish. Oh my god, a sluggish C wave. But to be honest, it's looking more like a triangle. I'll explain a few reasons why. I mean, look, you can obviously count this as an impulse. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But like, to be honest, it's all just corrective. It's all just Bamba corrective lines. So to be honest, what I reckon the count actually is, I'm going to just show a lower time frame still. Like I said, lower time frame, just to really show like how I look at charts, how I'm reading them, and how I obviously do my. Because I don't really put the lower time frame. I normally don't put all this on like my posts and stuff. So when I'm looking for like triangles and flats, normally you get a sharp. I've showed multiple times. There's a bit of education in this as well. So if you don't want to listen to it, just fucking close the video down because it's probably going to be chewing your ear off and giving you a bit of Elliott wave analysis. But if you enjoy it, then yeah, stick about. But yeah, you normally get A, B, and then C like that for a flat, or expanded flat A, B, C, or running flat A, B, C, and then you go, and then you go, and then you go. So that's a flat, expanded flat, regular flat. All right, in this case, obviously you've got sharp A, sharp B, sluggish C. It can happen because obviously you've had sharp, sharp, and then you can get sharp, sharp, then you can get a drawn out C. And it can truncate as well. Truncate, this didn't take the high, that's truncated. Truncated B because you didn't deviate and sweep this high. Truncated C because you didn't obviously deviate and sweep this A, right? So that can happen. But the more I'm looking at it now, I'm going back to the triangle. I'll explain why. So we've got, let's just pull this up here. So you've got, in my opinion, normally as well, wave C is the most complex. So you've got wave A, this looks like an ABC running flat. I'd probably say running flat. ABC, right? You draw this to this, perfect tap. A, B, C, looks great, right? Normally what I mean by complex as well is the most complex wave. Normally is, don't always just look for it, but normally, right? You normally get the most complex wave, which is normally a double zigzag. This is an A, B, C. That's just a regular zigzag. This looks like an A, B, C, D, E, wave C, or A, B, C. In the diagonal, wave X. I'm so sorry if I'm yawning, but you're just going to have to fucking accept it. All right, A, B, C, wave X, then like an A, then a B, then a C. That could be a double zigzag or a zigzag, doesn't really matter. W, A, B, C, D, E, and I reckon that goes there and that goes there like this. And that's probably not truncated like that, right? Shit. Let me just quickly. I reckon we've got this. I reckon you've got. Still, this is an impulse. 1, 2, 3, 1, A, B, A, B, C, D, E, and then obviously a drop down. So I reckon that's still an impulse like that. But then I also think you've got another A, B, C. I was a little bit confused with this because when you normally the first bit of the wave normally covers most of the move on pretty much everything. Normally covers most of the move. So like, and it's the most sharp. So normally, especially in double zigzag or like a zigzag, like this for a zigzag, right? Sharp wave A, very quick. B, you've got a longer C, which normally happens, but it's more drawn out. Can you see what I mean? So you've got A, B, and then C. What I just showed there before, when you've got sharp, sharp, then C for the flat can drag out. Make sense? Hopefully it does, because I'm not explaining it again. All right. Same for WXY, right? So your WXY, so you've got W, this is a triangle, you've got X, and you've got Y. Drawn out wave W, sideways X, which doesn't really happen often, but can. But again, that probably happened because you've got an anomaly here with this W actually taking its time. Normally you get A, B, C, that's wave W. Got wave X, which comes back up and meets the previous wave B, so normally comes up to here pretty a lot of the time. And then you've got A, B, C. W, X, Y. Makes sense? Sharp, sharp, up to the previous wave B, A, B, C, up to this, but not as sharp. So this is why it sort of threw me off a little bit because when you're looking for stuff, you like as your eyes can try and see the same. Do you know what I mean? Try and like see the same stuff that you're always seeing, but I want to see. Sorry, but yeah, it's yeah, we ended up getting a drawn out W, a sideways X, and then obviously a sharp Y. You don't really get a drawn out W, sideways X, and a sharp Y. It doesn't happen as much, to be honest. You normally get a sharp W, sharp X, and then a drawn out Y, like pretty much the other way around. Right, anyway. So, and another reason why as well is because you've got decreasing volume, which to me just looks like a triangle. Like with this, I'd prefer to get off the hourly. I mean, I don't need to be on the hourly, but you can actually see that obviously you've got decreasing volume the whole way anyway. But 4 hour probably looks a little bit better for this, I reckon. Yeah, it looks a lot better. So like this, for example, right? So where you've started, so you've started here for your wave A. Again, it's the same with triangles. The start of the move is normally sharp. Wave A is normally the sharpest wave of a triangle. Pretty much always. You've got your wave A of a triangle, which literally is like that. Wave B, wave C, wave D, wave E, and they can get a little bit more drawn out as it goes on as well because people are getting impatient. But this looks fucking great. Also, you've got great decrease in volume as well, as you can see there. The volume's literally just decreasing the whole way. Do you know what I mean? It's just decreasing. So this is why I'm aiming more for a triangle now. So just showing you a little bit of perspective. Show you a little bit of perspective on the obviously on the lower time frame stuff. Let me just fuck this off. Bring this back down here. Move this out of your way. And I'm explaining this a little bit slow, but most of you I know you don't really understand Elliott wave. Not being arrogant, but you probably don't understand Elliott wave analysis as easy as this. So like it can obviously just confuse you. And then what you've also got as well is you've got you've come up to resistance, obviously the wave X, which, yeah, I prefer to come up resistance at a wave B or a wave 4, just like shown in this. Obviously, come up here, A, B, C, wave 1, wave 2, and then push straight through. Previous wave 4 or 1 lesser degree. But to be honest, you're probably just going to come up here and meet resistance anyway. I can see sort of 9 waves, like wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, wave 4, then a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you've probably just got this is probably your wave A now. So you've got wave A, probably going to come back down probably to the 0.50. Normally wave B is quite shallow, so I'm normally going to be looking at something like this. Probably still come into these levels, roughly into these levels. That looks like a great test of support. It could get front ran. So if obviously you showed, obviously I showed before, so this level here, let's just make this up like this. yeah, it probably gets front ran or comes obviously into this level. So you're probably going to get your wave A, maybe a wave, maybe just a zigzag for wave B, or obviously you come back down, sharp A for a triangle, A, B, C, D, E, tap this, and then a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Again, this is A sharp, B, and then wave C, taking a little bit longer. All right. Sorry, that's just my washing machine. All right, but yeah, this is what we're expecting more now. We're expecting it to be a triangle. So come up for D. The reason why as well, I just want to just give you a little just tip with elite wave analysis, right? When you've got multiple counts like this, and when you've been tracking it for a few days, and obviously right at the high was expecting it to be a triangle. If you remember me saying here, where are we? Obviously here, so we put 33.8 next. I reckon could be a triangle. Looks so good though. So we said that here. So we said that up here. Not expecting a bust up, simply because this was just corrective. You've just got a corrective. Look, from this point to this point, this point to this point, it's just a corrective channel. Nice little channel there, right? So again with this as well. So obviously you come here, you go to your X, come back down to wave A, and again, nice little channel, perfect tap. So yeah, it's again, this is giving more confidence that this is going to be a triangle drawn out. It looks like more drawn out. It's got characteristics. Wave C is more of a complex subdivision. You've got decreasing volume, which is normally like a triangle. To be honest, you've not really got an extended wave in this. So is it really an impulse? Like, have you really got like wave 1, wave 2, wave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, wave 4, wave 5? To be honest, it just doesn't really fit right. But I just want to quickly explain a little tip. So when you sort of trading elite wave analysis, right, you want to be looking for sort of multiple, like, I wouldn't really go with 3 or 4 counts. I personally think if you're looking at 3 or 4 counts, I mean, you can. I've had it before, but the third and the third and the fourth count just end up getting fucked off within like a day or two because obviously you get more PA price action, and it ends up just sort of negating, and you obviously go back to your 2 counts. But yeah, when you've got 2 counts like this, when you're looking at a flat, this is going to be a low of a flat. You've come back up to this and you've pretty much broke it. You found it as resistance. Like, are you really just going to melt down? No. You could do, yeah, but again, we're working probabilities and possibilities, more probabilities, and the probability standpoint is you're not just going to come down here and sweep this liquidity. Like, a lot ever been expecting this for an entry. You've even got obviously what's this, is it a 3 candle reversal? I can't remember. Obviously, you've got a pin bar here. I don't really like trading candlesticks, and you never hear me speaking about it, but I do like to understand, obviously, what's going on and stuff. But you've obviously got an engulfing candle here, obviously a very bullish candle here, and I think it's a 3-bar reversal. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's a 3-bar reversal. This bar, and this bar. These 3. Fuck off, sorry. Right, so but if you do like a little bit more of these videos, if it's a little bit more in depth, yeah, I do apologize. And yeah, but I just thought I never really go into the lower time frame stuff and explain what I'm looking at. And I do prefer looking at the 4-hour, the daily, the 4-hour, and the hourly. 15, I just go in when I really want to look into like subdivisions and go down into because I get like the nitty and gritty stuff. But right, so anyway, for the 4th fucking time, going back to a little tip on elite wave analysis, right? So when you've got let's just say you've got 2 counts. Let's just say you've got 2 counts, 3, 4 counts, whatever. Let's say it ends up going back down to 2 or 3 counts, right? And every single count that you can physically see, that doesn't mean that this can't get swept. When every single count that you can see is pointing for, again, if this is a flat, I've got 2 counts, triangle and a flat. Is this going to get swept? Probability no. I don't know what count it is if it does get swept. If it's a triangle, well, obviously not if it sweeps this low. But again, I'll just get out of the market. So this is why it's quite good. So if it's a flat, this is your low. If it's a triangle, this is your wave C, right? So either way, from what I can see, this is going up. The market is going up. You're either going to this is your wave 1, you're coming down and creating a wave 2. If you come a little bit deeper than the 0.50 or the 0.618, and you come a little bit deeper, then I'm probably leaning more towards like a 1-2. So like a 1-2, then I'd be looking for a 1-2, then a 3, then a 4-5, then a 4, and then a 5, right? So that count, if it's a flat, either way, we're coming down here and we're going. Or if this comes back up and just creates the D, then we're still coming down here, then we're going. Right? So either way, the charts, in my opinion, are pointing up. and it's quite good. This is what you want to do in Elliott wave analysis. You want to obviously be looking for. You don't want to be always looking for multiple counts, but always, in my opinion, always try and have an alt count. Even if you're forcing it, just always try and have an alt count. You don't have to, like, but it is always good to have an alt count. It's the best when it works out like this, in my opinion. When you have both counts, you don't really know. You're and ahhing between both, but either way, either one, whichever happens, is you've got this level here, which tells you that you are wrong in the market. And this is the problem that I've got with all the other analysis out there, that you're trading out here. People are like, yeah, sweet, I'm going to enter here at a sweep of liquidity. What happens if you don't get that sweep? You didn't get the sweep here. What happens if you don't get the sweep? What else are you relying on? Like, are you going to come down here? No, because what you're going to probably do is you're going to be like, right, I'm still going to wait for this sweep. Then you're going to come up, and then you're going to be like, it could be a decent short entry. Like, are we going to like come here and then we come up here, and then people like, right, let's short. You short too early, and this just keeps pumping, which it probably does happen. I mean, I'm going to go into that one later on, but again, we could just come down here, do this, and then come up, and then obviously straight back down because you've obviously had your triangle. You got your thrust, and then you're probably going to come back down to maybe range again, but that's again for another video. But yeah, that's what the problem that I've got with loads of other analysis out there. You don't really have points in the market that actually physically tell you where you're wrong. Like, that's why Elliott wave analysis is so good and so powerful, and that's why I would urge everyone to start learning it. I will be making a course as well in the future, but yeah, I've just got a lot of stuff I need to do. Plus, I need the account to grow. Once we're at a couple 100k followers, then yeah, I'm gonna make a course. But until then, yeah. Yeah, there's no point. Right, anyway, Jesus Christ, 16 minutes in. Yeah, if you can, I'd love your feedback on this. But yeah, that's what we're expecting. Come back down, obviously, for your wave B, and then you come up for wave C, another wave E, and then obviously off you pop, and you probably just come back down and retest this, to be honest. All right, but that's that. To be honest, this is probably really what I'm going to go over. There's not really much else I can go over. This is probably an A, B, C, D, E, or A, B, C, D, E, and then come back down as well. And then this looks like it's just going to keep going. But I just want to explain something as well, right? What is happening in the markets now, right? What is happening in the markets with Bitcoin and Ethereum on the lower time frame stuff is what I'm expecting to happen on the larger scale. So what I mean by that is when we do start, look, I do think we have a pullback. I don't know why I just explained it like Stephen Hawkins then, fucking hell. I do think we've got a pullback, right? When we come up to about 40, 42k, something like that. Sorry, 1 second. I do think we've got a pullback at about 40, 42k. I think what's going to happen is people are just going to get way too bullish up there, right? It's going to happen. People are going to get way too bullish up there. Or they're not going to be way too bullish and they're just going to be shorting the hell out of it. It's going to come back down here to retest, probably front runs this support and probably just comes back down to here. Comes up, makes an ABC because this is a sideways flat, so we're probably going to have an ABC, a bit more of a deep correction. And it's just going to create a big 1, 2, 1, 2. So you've got your wave 1, your wave 2, your wave 1, then your wave 2, and then this is when the third of the third is when the mass really are expecting the market to go. That is the psychological shift here. In fact, it's actually here. When you take that high out and you create a 1 2 1 2, the psychological shift in everything, momentum, the belief that this run is actually going, that is the point in the market. It is literally proven in Elliott wave analysis. It's the third of the third. Not the first wave, not the second wave, not the 1 2 1 2. It is literally the third of the third. Once that third of the third is underway, it is literally like a click. Like everyone is going to be bullish. Seriously, I am in that camp. I do think everyone is going to flip bullish. I really, really do. I think we're going to be entering this wave here when we come up, create another 2, maybe till January, February. Maybe it doesn't really get that deep. Maybe you get something like that. Maybe like this, or maybe like this, something like that. That's a triangle, but or something like this. Like you're not going to get something on this scale because how is this going to be absolutely massive when you've already got a 1, 2, and this 2 is this long? You're not really going to get a 2 that's like that. You're more higher probability that you just come down like that, which is about 2/3 of this, half length of that, and then you're going to off your pop. And this is really where the point of yeah. But by that point, everyone's shorted. So when we come up here, right, everyone's going to be shorting all the way up, right? You're going to come back down, everyone's going to think the top's going to be in. Once everyone starts getting liquidated here, you're probably going to have everyone longing at like 60k, but by that point, there's only like a 2x left. And this is when you want to be getting into Ethereum slash altcoins, in my opinion. So I'm just going to go back down to the I'm just going to go down to the lower time frames. In fact, sorry, just quickly. So I was meant to explain this, but I've literally just gone on a tangent, as I always do. All right, so it's going to be good to keep. How am I explaining this? Right. So you've got 1, 2, 1, 2. You've already looks like you've got 1, 2 again, then a third of a third of a third wave. What have I said on previous videos, right? When we're up here, so let's just use this. This is what I mean by a larger scale. Let's use this, obviously on the hour and 4 hour, as if we're speaking about this is the 1, 2, which is that. This other little 1, 2 is this 1, 2. And then let's just think that this third wave here is going to be here. So we're somewhere at the high of it at about, we're somewhere here in this leg. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense, right? And what I can see that's already happening, and what I do think is going to happen, when we are up here, there's not really going to be much room left for alts. And because of where Ethereum is in its cycle, it's a lot thicker, like I've shown. So 1, 2, 1, 2. This is going to be obviously pumping. When Bitcoin's up here, Ethereum might only be down here. Like, oh, Siri's booting off again, man. Every time I say Ethereum, she just pops up. So that is why I do think it's going to be more beneficial. To be honest, I think it's going to be more beneficial to mainly be in ETH and alts now, as opposed to, like, most of it is, it's done for Bitcoin. Like it really, really is. Like, what's going on in the lower time frames now, right, is you're swapping liquidity. The liquidity swapping. This major move happened. What moved? Fuck all. It took all the market. It took all the liquidity. So it took everything from ETH, everything from the market. The alts didn't pump. But since we've been going sideways, you saw ETH pump, make a new high. Yeah, we've dropped back down. But when Bitcoin ranges and goes sideways, it's going to make the alts pump. And it's going to make Ethereum pump. Ethereum's going to be going first, and once Bitcoin gets right at its high up here, that's when you're going to see. So you're going to come up here throughout this over the next. This probably has got another month of literally just going sideways pump, sideways pump, sideways pump up to about 40k, right? Literally, I think it's got a full month. In relation to that, in the next month, I think alts are going to be pumping hard. A lot of them look like the bottoming. Ethereum probably is going to be having like dips coming down, but then also pumping, not to this time scale I'm just showing. Like, it's going to be coming down and just keep pumping a little bit and chugging up, right? Alts are going to be pumping. You've not really got much on Bitcoin's percent scale. Let's say this does happen and you got another 16%, or let's just be conservative and say 20%. That's not really a lot compared to what you can be having, obviously, with Ethereum and alts, like where they are at the moment. And I think, how many of them have I got? Fuck me. And I think, yeah, I think the majority of the move left is going to be in alts, and it's going to be in Ethereum. Like, when you going from a larger scale as well, right? Like, when you've gone right to prior cycles in this fifth wave, when the bull market finished up, when it's from here, what pumped inside of this? You think that Bitcoin had a major move in terms of this did a 5x. Some alts did fucking 4, 5, 10 times that in that move. And what a lot of people are getting confused about, in my opinion, is let me just go to this, right? Oh, I can't show you the actual. In the prior cycle, you had another alt season in its fifth wave. It's the same again with this. You're getting an alt season in its fifth wave. But what's different about this time is this is Bitcoin's last wave. Where is it? This is Bitcoin's last wave in a 5-wave cycle. So you've got your wave 1, 2, wave 3, A, B, C, D, triangle 4, wave 5, wave 2. You've got an extended first wave. I've explained this multiple times because you've not got much liquidity in the market. So you've got your wave 1. You've got your wave 2. Now, could this be wave 1, wave 2, wave 1, wave 2? Could this be the third wave? Yeah, it can, but to be honest, looks like it needs a reset. Like, look what you're doing. Like, you're coming up. Like, it's getting worn out. You can see the momentum. The momentum is just sluggishly just sluggishly ready to absolutely cascade. Wow, that's not going to happen. It literally just looks like it's cascading. It just looks like it's about to turn. And I think a lot of people are just going to be expecting the same thing. And next time, people are thinking that when we come back down here for the next fucking halving, we're probably just going to ABC upwards, and it's going to be the same thing. Everyone's going to think, right, halving time. This, let's say that's the halving. I don't know when it is, but let's just say the halving's here at the top of the C wave at ABC, people are going to be thinking, right, we're going into the halving. This was an anomaly. We actually ended up front running. We ended up front running the halving last time because obviously the halving is in April. So, but I think that's when the top of the third is going to be coming in. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sorry, the third wave, top of the third wave is going to be coming in. Next time, people are going to be thinking, right, like we've got the halving theory still stands. People just front ran it last time. Like it's going to be so much bollocks that's going to be coming out of people's mouths when we're coming back down here and we fly down and we create an ABC. Halving's here. Let's just say I don't know when it is, like I've said, but people are thinking right, we're on track halving, and then that's when we're just going to have another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we're probably just going to come down here and you've got big wave 1 and a big wave 2. Honestly, that's what I think is going to happen next time with the halving. But yeah, just going on what I showed there with the fifth wave, sorry, going back to that, with obviously your alt season in here, you had an alt season in here. I think not as much as obviously this, and you normally get your alt seasons at obviously your fifth waves. The difference between this is a fifth wave. This is a fifth wave, the red fifth, inside the green fifth, inside the obviously your yellow orange fifth. So it's a fifth of a fifth of a fifth. And the way obviously all the charts are showing up, this looks like an extended wave. So you've got your wave 1, your wave 2, wave 3, ABC, wave 4, and then it's got a 1, 2, 1, 2. It's a lot more extended than Bitcoin. I've showed it multiple times. Sorry, I feel like I'm just over talking myself here, explaining the same thing I had before. But yeah, it's got a lot longer. It's got a lot longer. Look at the thickness of that. Like we're already entering Bitcoin's third wave. Obviously, we've still got the 1, 2, so your 1, 2, 1, 2, and then the third, but we're still inside of the third wave. We're still in this third wave. The third wave started in September. Ethereum's third wave, yes, that also did start in September, October, but in fact, no, sorry, that actually did start in November last year, right? So that started in November last year, but oh, sorry, man. But yeah, again, it's a lot thicker. It's got a lot more time to run. Like you've got to have probably a 1, 2, a 3, 4, 5, wave 4, wave 5, wave 4, then wave 5. Is it going to be till 2026? Probably not. But yeah, it's probably going to top out into the mid 25s, mid 2025. But yeah, it's just interesting to see, in my opinion, that I think everything that's happening on a smaller scale, what I've just seen there inside of this wave for Bitcoin, inside of this wave, which is literally like a 5 wave impulse, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5, 4, 5. So like a 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5. But you've got another 1, 2 in there, but I just didn't want to explain it again because I know it'd confuse you. But yeah, it's just very interesting to see that everything that's happening already, you're having shifts with liquidity. And it's gonna be even more when you do get up here, and you've obviously got your 1, 2, your 3, your 4, your 5. When you're ranging here for a massive wave 4, so this is your higher wave 3, that's your higher wave 1, wave 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. This is your 5, which is your 3. Wave 4. Within this is where you are literally, your alts are going to go absolutely ballistic for 6 months, and it's also going to happen with Ethereum as well. You're just going to literally probably just keep chugging to the upside. Not like this, obviously, like I've just shown with it. Yeah, but yeah, I just wanted to really go into that really, and just give you more of a sort of lower time frame view, but also what is happening already, that I am seeing like on the hourly and the 4 hour chart. It's just very interesting to see. But yeah, when you get in these sideways moves, you're seeing some alts absolutely pop because obviously people are getting bored. They're moving out of Bitcoin, and it happens. Obviously, this is yeah, like Cred said, I believe this as well. Obviously, like Cred said, he's obviously mentioned that there's not as much liquidity in the market yet. There's just money moving about. Obviously, you're still getting new participants. Like I'm hearing about people coming up to me and saying, "Oh, mate, like crypto, this and that again," and I'm like, "Oh, here we go, fucking hell." I've been telling them to buy since fucking 15K, but it's the same yeah, there's not as much liquidity yet until Bitcoin absolutely starts pumping and all the idiots start piling into Bitcoin at 70, 80k. Well, I'm not going to be in Bitcoin probably for another few years. I'll probably get out there and get into Ethereum and alts. I don't really have much Bitcoin. I have a bit, and I've obviously got a large long position on, but I do prefer, like right now, I do prefer to just be. I'm more bullish on Ethereum long term, and I'd rather not try and pick what's going to run this and that. I'd rather be more. I am a bit in Bitcoin, but I am mainly in ETH. In ETH, I've got a fair bit in alts as well, but yeah, still have a bit of Bitcoin. But I'd say it's about 25% of my portfolio. So yeah, not a lot. All right, but yeah, that's that video anyway. Yeah, a little bit of a different one, but like I said before, if you can like, comment, subscribe, share it about, it does help me out, and that's pretty much it. If you've got any questions, feel free to DM me on Twitter or just, yeah, pop up and speak to me about it. I will be bringing a video out as well. We'll bring a video out for altcoins on Wednesday. All right. But yeah, peace.